Hi everyone, welcome to Alexa Live 2021. I'm Jayant Janardhan, Senior Product Manager, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys to talk to you about new tools to build high-quality skill experiences. Now, how do we define quality? We define the measure of a natural and friction-free customer experience as skill quality. For developers to build a friction-free skills, they need to be able to provide high-quality sample utterances and slot values during authoring, evaluate and test the skill with test data, and continuously experiment skill on live traffic. In this session, I, along with my colleagues, Pranav and Uday, will share some exciting product announcements to help developers create high-quality skill experiences. So let's first look at how we're simplifying skill authoring. Higher quality sample utterances and slot values reduces instances of incorrect responses to customer utterances. One of the biggest challenges to create high-quality skill is sourcing sample utterances and slot values that has volume and variety that best reflects the way customers interact with your skill. Today, I'm proud to announce tools that provide AI-based sample utterance recommendation engine for high-quality sample utterances, access to knowledge graph for rich, structured slot values. Finally, to enable natural conversations, I'm excited to announce negation support for multi-value slot. Now let's look at how AI-based sample utterance recommendation engine works. As Nedim pointed out in his keynote, anticipating variations to customer interaction patterns can be challenging, especially for new skills. Oftentimes, we hear developers say, I don't know if my skill has enough sample utterances, or when do I stop adding sample utterances to my skill? Here's what we've heard from you about the most repeated skill improvement tasks that you perform regularly. These are some of many similar feedback we heard from you. To address this problem, today we're launching AI-based sample utterance recommendation engine, a self-serve recommendation tool that uses machine learning techniques to recommend variations of sample utterances provided by developers. The tool assists developers to quickly bootstrap new skills with improved coverage and help existing skills to identify missing variations of sample utterances. Now let's take a look at the tool. As you guys can see, I'm in the developer console, and these are my intents for a skill. This skill has a few custom intents and built-in intents. The recommendation engine recommends sample utterances for custom intents only. Click on one of your custom intents. This brings you to the custom intent page. Please make sure your intent has at least 5 unique sample utterances to your skill. Please click on Recommendations button available on the right side to generate recommendations. Once you click, a modal will open with sample utterance recommendations. There can be anywhere between 10 to 50 recommendations depending on the utterances that you provide. Click to highlight the recommendations that you want to either add to your interaction model or reject, so these utterances are not recommended again. Recommendation engine also supports keyword-based filtering to quickly find relevant recommendations to your skill. After going through all the recommendations, click Add Utterances to add them to your interaction model. Repeat the same process to all other custom intents until you have large volume and variety of utterances in all of your custom intents. As you can see, by providing large sets of variations to your utterances, recommendation engine significantly reduces cognitive burden for developers and improves quality of the skill. We heard great feedback from users from private beta. 91% of them stated that such a functionality would be very useful to quickly build coverage for their skills, and 64% indicated a reduction in level of effort by up to 20%. This is what Brian Jordan, CEO of LC Publishing, one of our beta partners, had to say. We can't wait for you all to try out the product. Today, we're also proud to announce the launch of Alexa Entities, which provides easy access to Alexa's knowledge graph about people, places, and things. Alexa Entities builds relationship among entities and constantly updates information so you don't have to spend time and effort doing that. Here are some examples of how Alexa Entities can help. Skills can be made more intelligent by disambiguating people with the same name, or more engaging by inserting fun facts about an entity. Now let's take a look at how you can use Alexa entities in your skill. Alexa entities is automatically enabled for built-in slot types. All you need to do is rebuild your interaction model and start receiving Alexa entity ID in your intent request. As you can see in the after image, with Alexa entities, you get back an identifier called Alexa entity ID, which refers to an entity in the Alexa knowledge graph. This identifier can be used to make a subsequent request to Link Data API to fetch additional information. In this example, Link Data API response for entity Canada fetched via Amazon.country built-in slot type returns headline information about an entity, including its population and political leader. So you don't have to maintain all of the entity information and relationships. Please try Alexa entities today and let us know what you think. Last year, launching multi-values for a slot was a step towards having a more natural conversation with Alexa. Today, we're proud to pre-announce slot negation, an extension of complex utterance feature to make skill conversations more natural. The slide shows a few examples of how you can use negation with multi-value slot. If you're interested, please sign up for beta access and we'll get in touch with you soon. With that, I hand it over to Pranav, who's going to talk to you guys about feedback tools.
Thanks, Jayant. I'm Pranav Rai, Senior Product Manager at Alexa. As we continue to invent the future of ambient computing, I am really excited to share 3 feedback tools that improve skill quality. First is an automatic way of reducing skill defects. Second is a testing tool for quick and easy model evaluation. Third is fixing speech recognition issues for rare and custom words. Let's take a look at the first one. Today, we see customers face friction while interacting with skills. These friction points could stem from vast variation in customer request patterns that are not supported by your skill, incorrectly phrased sentences or incoherent speech that skill is not designed to handle, past usage or preferences that the skill cannot disambiguate between, for example, whether in Wilkinson, California or Wilkinson, Washington. We are now introducing Auto Defect Reduction Service called ERIS. ERIS uses Alexa's self-learning AI capability to automatically fix skill defects without any developer effort. It identifies defects from customer request response patterns and also learns about the correction based on how other customers are interacting with Alexa. Let's see how it works. Self-learning system first learns about what utterance patterns are not working for your skill. Let's take an example here. We have a customer who wants to play Boot Up song by Ella May. However, Alexa doesn't recognize the utterance correctly and instead identifies it as Buddha. Customer is not happy and immediately decides to terminate the session. Not surprising, right? However, we have another customer who tries the same utterance, boot up. But instead of terminating the session, customer decides to correct Alexa by slowly rephrasing the utterance. Alexa learns from this and sees this as a potential correction. Now, when hundreds and thousands of other customers are doing the same thing, we recognize a correction pattern. Once we are confident of our corrections we have identified, we can easily scale this so that we find the right entity and intent, in this case, Boot Up Song by Ella May. We constantly monitor all corrections via A/B test and via developer feedback. Let's come to developer feedback. ERIS doesn't need developer effort, but you can share feedback. We created a dashboard for developers to look at frequent corrections we are making. You can go and upvote or downvote our corrections, and that will feed in as an additional signal for the system to learn from. Today, we correct tens of millions of utterances within Alexa each week. In early testing, we observed a noticeable drop in customer friction between 8 to 14% for top 3P skills. Our early beta partner, Nick Schaub from Sleepjar, talks about how Eris is helping correct customer pain points through the power of machine learning. He also talks about how his team can now spend more time developing rich and audio content. Eris is in developer preview, and now you can sign up for beta access. Let's talk about testing now. Developers keep telling us creating test sets take time. They also tell us test sets don't cover all intents. On an average, test set only covers 55% of skill intents. We are now launching centralized testing tool framework. It can one-click create test sets within few minutes that include utterance variations covering 100% of your skill intents. The tool is easily integrated in ASR and NLU evaluation tool that we launched last year. Let's see how this works. The skill builder can now one-click create 3 types of test sets. Either create utterances from interaction model, frequent utterances spoken to your skill, or other variations that your skill doesn't support today. As you can see from the images, we are one-click creating test set for NLU evaluation tool. We are also making it easier to create test sets for ASR by leveraging AWS Poly. This would make it easier for developers to not have to manually record audio files in ASR evaluation tool. Evaluation is easy. Once you have the test sets, you can one-click run an evaluation. In case of NLU, it's a great assessment of how various utterances within your skill are mapping to in-skill slot and intents. In case of ASR, you can identify entities that are not being recognized by Alexa properly. How do you fix these entities? Let's look at the last feedback tool. We'll now talk about fixing ASR errors for special words that require custom pronunciations. These can be game titles that you recently launched, fictional characters, drug names, or even new song titles that Alexa finds it hard to recognize. Today, skill developers end up adding incorrectly spelled entities as synonyms, which further augments the problem. We are now announcing custom pronunciation. It's a self-service tool that can help you bias speech recognition for special entities within your skill model within few minutes. Let's see how it works. Custom pronunciation works in 3 easy steps. You go to ASR evaluation tool that we just spoke of to see which entities within your skill model are not being recognized properly by Alexa. In this case, we see Messy Flex, a fictional character, is not being recognized by Alexa. You can now go to custom pronunciation page on developer console to see recommended pronunciations from Alexa. If you don't find the right pronunciation, you can bring your own pronunciation in the XAMPA format. Rebuild your skill, rerun the evaluation. You will now see that we have referenced pronunciation to your in-skill entities within this interaction model that is improving the speech recognition performance for your skill. Custom pronunciation is now available in developer preview. Please do sign up. I now invite Uday Modi to talk about support tools.
Thanks, Pranav. Hi, I'm Uday Modi, Senior Product Manager at Alexa Skills Kit. And today, I will be sharing with you new features we are launching that simplify your ability to experiment, help you learn more ways to delight your customers, and scale your hosted skills. Skill builders make updates to their skills to delight customers. However, introducing an update also means potentially introducing a bug or a friction to a skill builder's entire customer base. To reduce these risks and inspire skill builders to iterate more, I'd like to announce Skill A/B testing, which allows you to introduce a skill update to a fraction of your live customer traffic, measure the performance of both implementations, and iterate accordingly. Skill A/B testing supports 2 experiment types: endpoint-based experiments and version-based experiments. Endpoint experiments enable a skill builder to route customer traffic to one of 2 code paths, and version-based experiments enable a skill builder to route customers to one of 2 skill versions. Some examples of A/B tests on your endpoint code include changing your upsell messaging to optimize for ISP sales and changing your response messaging to inspire customers to return to your skill. Some examples of A/B tests across multiple skill versions include adding new utterances to your interaction model to improve skill accuracy, and adding a new intent that will incentivize customers to return to your skill. I'd like to take a moment to show you how a skill builder can run an A/B test. From the Alexa Skills Developer Console, simply click on your skill, go to the Certification tab, and find the A/B testing section. Here, you can see a list of your current and previously run A/B tests. In the drop-down of the Action section, you will be able to edit, start, view analytics, or complete an A/B test. I want to start a new A/B test, so I'll click the Create button, which will navigate me to the Create A/B test page. Here, I can specify key information regarding my A/B test, including a place to enter my experiment name and a hypothesis that I will use to evaluate my experiment. Please note that these fields are only used for reference purposes. They will not impact the experiment performance or the outcome. Additionally, I can populate the type of A/B test I wish to run, the percentage of customers I want participating in my experiment, and key metrics I will use to measure the performance of my experiment. With regards to metrics, I have several to choose from, including several ISP metrics, friction metrics, dialogue, and retention metrics. For this demo, I will choose ISP offers as my first metric for evaluation, and skill dialogues as my second metric. I will use skill dialogues as a way to detect unintended degradation in the customer experience. I will now click Create and revisit my A/B test list page, where I can view my recently created experiment. When I'm ready, I can run this A/B test by clicking Start from the Action section. Afterward, I can click View Analytics to monitor my A/B test. Here, I will be able to see the metrics I configured for my A/B test organized by control and treatment. I can use statistical information about each metric, including mean, percentage diff, confidence interval, and p-value to help me make my decision. When I am ready to complete an experiment, I can simply click on the button on the top right of the metrics page or visit the Analytics dropdown from the A/B testing list page. This concludes my A/B testing demo. Thank you. With skill builders now able to perform A/B tests, we're excited to inspire more iteration on skills that will lead to optimized skill experiences. However, skill builders may reach a stage in the development journey where they're unsure of what to improve upon next. In the past, skill builders would review tech docs, blogs, and visit forums for guidance on improving their skill. Today, I would like to announce Alexa Skill Insights, an insight and recommendation tool that prompts skill builders to learn best practice development, explore new features, and ultimately improve the quality of their skills. Now, when Alexa skill builders log into their Alexa Developer Console, they will see a list of contextualized skill quality improvements and building tasks on the home page, personalized just for them. These messages will also be sent to select users of the account via an email. And finally, we are excited to announce a number of updates to the Alexa hosted skill service that we first launched in 2019 and that more than 100,000 developers currently take advantage of. Now, developers can start skills from a variety of skill templates featuring complex technologies and powerful use cases, as well as community-built templates shared on popular Git products. Next, Alexa-hosted skills have replicated skill endpoints in all Alexa service regions by default, ensuring your customer experiences the lowest possible latency. Development teams can use tools such as Ask CLI and Alexa Skills VS Code extension to continue development offline and still leverage our development pipelines that deploy to all Alexa regions in under 15 seconds. Alexa-hosted skills now also natively supports self-scaling DynamoDB tables for session data and allows you to easily connect any other AWS service from your personal AWS account. And finally, we know that you love building skills quickly without worrying about mundane tasks like managing cloud services. So in order to make you more productive, we're removing the AWS free tier resource limits from the offering. This means your hosted skill can grow with your customer base, and you don't need to worry about incurring unexpected costs. And with that, we conclude our breakout session outlining new authoring, testing, and supporting tools aimed at helping you build higher quality skills. To learn more about the features presented in the session, please visit the Alexa Live 2021 Release Roundup page. Please also visit the Alexa Community Slack should you have any questions. We thank you for your time and hope you enjoyed our presentation.